But we are heading into this game now.
Yep, and if you want to go ahead and introduce our players, I'll get the score card set up here.
All right, in the bottom right-hand corner, representing Team Ymcmb, originally from Root Gaming. If you're wondering why that tag is there, it is Masa. And in the top left-hand corner, representing Team StarCraft Ascension, playing very strong in the previous ZVZ. Let's see if he's able to take out another game from Ymcmb. It is BioIce.
BioIce reminds me of like something you would buy at Walgreens.
I feel like it's something that you'd find in a mad scientist lab.
So the score is going to be 2-1 in favor of, gosh darn it, if I could hit the right key here. 2-1 in favor of StarCraft Ascension, coming out with a vengeance here against and when we did our predictions, Ymcmb was the favorite in the caster's prediction. So we'll see if Ymcmb can bring it back. As we did mention, it is a little bit deceiving. Maybe if you see there's a Root tag on the screen. Masa does play for Root. But Ymcmb, as we mentioned, is sort of it's a team of players from across the StarCraft community of teams.
Mm-hmm. And they're just a group of friends who enjoy playing. They thought it'd be a funny tag on the ladder, and so they are just doing some non-professional funsies here. And so this is going to be a great opportunity for some of these other teams to prove themselves against some top-notch players, though.
Absolutely.
So that hatchery is going down now for BioIce. He's going to go ahead and put that down before the spawn pool. I still support that decision on this map, as it is a little bit of a medium to larger size map.
I believe this map does force cross, so it's not as hard to figure out where your opponent is, but still it is, it's a lot of travel distance. If you were to do something that put out units early, I mean, you spend so much time sending them across the map, but that SCV does not intend to put down a supply depot right after that, so this drone is going to get in. He's going to see the gas. That's exactly what he wanted to see. If there was a gas opening up, but he's going to be trapped, so he's going to have some time to wander around the base and see what's up.
There is a Reaper being produced out of that barracks, and it is rallied straight across the map.
As is expected. Oh, we're going to be, BioIce is going to be taking the gas of Root. Masa apparently not wanting him to move into the, I mean, that's actually kind of a big deal, because one, if that Reaper's coming out, if you actually need that gas for whatever build you're playing, you can't send that Reaper across the map. You have to come and kill this gas extractor.
But Masa doing similar shenaniganry by putting a bunker down at the top of the ramp, and that's not going to be in vision. Well, now the Overlord is moving out, so he is going to see that after all.
So what's he going to do? I mean, this Reaper is coming across. If he allows this to finish, this is going to be pretty strong. It's not going to allow him to get Zerglings out of his base for one, but it's also not going to allow him to get any drones to his natural.
Yeah, and this is going to be very difficult for him to deal with this Reaper, as it can just retreat back into that bunker and heal up while doing damage. Great pull, but Masa's control is also very good, so he's able to pull back. BioIce is not paying attention to that Ling, and he does lose it.
He still does have the SCV there, so he is able to repair that bunker, but it looks like he's going to be pulling the SCV back. He's taking some pot shots at this hatchery. Queen does come out, so this is going to force the Reaper back to the bunker, but a second Reaper is incoming. Oh, get in the bunker! Oh, just so close to losing it, but as we know, those... Oh, wow. Really ballsy move to pull that Reaper out again to get a couple more shots in.
Masa's control is just so good here, though, and look at that. He sees these slowlings running across, knowing he has the speed advantage. He's just going to try and get some kills. But great control by BioIce as well, separating two from the rest of the group so they could continue to run without being harassed. And so now these Reapers are heading back, and that bunker does get salvaged, so BioIce was able to get those out of his base.
Another bunker coming down at the front, but the Zerglings are going to be here before it finishes, so if they target the SCV, that will be kind of big, but these Reapers now caught up to the Lings. One down already, second going to be going down. They're going to go right in and get maybe one SCV kill, so these Lings were largely just wasted money by BioIce.
Well, I don't know if I would say it's wasted, as it did force those Reapers to come all the way back to the main base of Masa, and was able to get that bunker out of his own base, so it was able to diffuse that threat, and now the speed, the Lings do have speed, as there are 15 headed across the map trying to force some damage done here. But they are going to be greeted by two Hellions that Masa has behind this bunker.
Oh, this Hellion's in great positioning. He's playing a little dance with the supply depots, trying to save the Hellions, but this is going to allow some Zerglings in the base.
And this is just phenomenal control by both players here. BioIce splitting up his Zerglings incredibly smartly to be able to maximize the amount of damage. And that bunker does burn to the ground, so he was able to get a few kills, able to get rid of that bunker. Not able to get a whole lot else done, not able to get many unit kills, but still definitely put the aggression back in Masa's court and is able to tech into roaches now.
Speaking of smart, though, I mean, did you see what he did with those Zerglings on that bunker? He killed it only just enough and then pulled the Zerglings off while it was burning to be able to, not take any more shots from those Reapers, but get some kills on the workers. So, I mean, Roach is now headed across the map. This is going to be very strong for BioIce, as these units here from Masa are not strong against roaches.
That's right. And Masa only just now trying to deal with that extractor that's in his main. There is a single Marauder trying to take it down, so it will be a little bit faster and able to do that. But these roaches now moving forward.
Yeah, and this is, BioIce is kind of getting all in-ishy here. I mean, he's still on 2 bases. He's making a lot of units. Looking at the drone count, he's only got 23 drones on 2 bases.
Yeah, and this could come to bite him. I mean, Masa is doing a really good job of defending here. He is going to be forced back into his main base, but he's going to also be able to get some pot shots off on these roaches before they're able to get in.
This is really smart, though. He's using the roaches to keep all the things back there so the Zerglings can do the damage here at the natural expansion. So if they come out with these Hellions, these roaches are going to take them down.
Oh, but some of the Lings are able to get into the base. Not long-lived, though, as the Hellions are able to clean that up. And Masa is now supply blocked, forced to lift up his orbital command, trying to move his units down and bait them back into a more advantageous position, as there is a Widow Mine on that ramp.
Yeah, that mine is going to prevent a lot of Lings from getting... Oh, but the mine comes on and gets picked off! Both mines get picked off. This is a huge misstep for Masa. Those mines getting taken out, losing a decent number of his Hellions here. These roaches still getting in and doing some damage, as the Hellions just can't do much. There's a few Marauders here, and they are able to get a decent amount of damages with these roaches trying to run away now.
Yeah, he was able to pick off those mines, but I almost wonder if he took too much damage in the process of doing so, as the majority of his army does get cleaned up by these Hellions and Marauders coming back in, and all these roaches are going to be able to get cleaned up. He is trying to target that single Hellion that is almost dead, and he does end up getting it, but again, these Marauder Hellions are going to be able to take down this Roach. And I mean, that's just a brilliant unit composition from what's out right now. All you see is Lings and Roaches, and what are good against those? Well, Hellions and Marauders. I mean, it's just the direct counter.
Yeah, look at all the 2 engineering bays coming down here to make a little wall here, 2 supply depots and a mine. So Masa is going to be fairly well protected, but seeing all that's left is 1 Hellion and a few Marauders. I mean, he's just be making Zerglings, but these Zerglings are going to go right into these mines. Oh,
incredible control! Incredible control.
So now the Hellions and Marauders are going to be preventing this 3rd base from going down. It's never going to finish with what's out here, but these Zerglings are going to come back, knowing where this army is, should be able to get a decent amount of damage on it. But they run right past it.
He's trying to rally it together with his other Lings to be able to get surrounds, but I think he wanted them to run around the opposite direction than they did. And the Marauders are the ones being targeted, and not a whole lot dies there. Did he really lose any units?
Yeah, I think the problem was that he was trying to target the Hellions down, and Masa just kept the Hellions in a great position behind the Marauders, so that they had to take several shots from the Marauders and the Hellions before they could even get in to do damage. But now it looks like Masa going to be lifting up the mines, moving them out, and trying to take a 3rd base out here, which is going to get him in a comparable, if not ahead, of his opponent.
Well, all the aggression in this game has delayed the tech pretty significantly, as Combat Shield is only just about to finish, and 1-1 is going down. Stim is already finished, and Metabolic Boost is already finished for the Zerg player. But, I mean, Lair only just finished. Baneling Nest is only just now going down.
Command Center was already completed, now going down out here as well to land for that 3rd base. So now he's actually ahead, because the 3rd base isn't completed for BioIce. So the ability for him to create that in his base and get an instant base up as soon as it's safe is a pretty big advantage so far. Just so many mines out, so we're going to see a lot of Bio Mine, which has been pretty good so far.
I think BioIce is really feeling on the back foot, as he did intend to try and end that game with that early game aggression, but it was held off by beautiful play by Masa, and frankly both players have had just impeccable control and impeccable gameplay, so this is definitely an exciting match, and will continue to be an exciting match. We will see if BioIce is able to get back into the forefront position.
Masa keeping BioIce busy, sending out a single Marine at the bottom to scout. It's taken out by Lings, and keeping this Reaper active up here on the top, so it's keeping the Lings of BioIce busy.
And that's exactly why they're out on the map, though, is to try and do this kind of counter aggression and try. I mean, the name of the game right now, honestly, is trying to get map control. You want to be able to know where things are going. and these overlords are not spread out well, so this drop that is loaded up, 6 Marines in a single mine, is not going to be scouted until it's in his base. And geez, Pizza Masa is moving forward as well with a substantial force. So I think that BioWaste is going to have a really tough time trying to defend against this.
Yeah, looking at the army tab, I mean, look at the army supply. It's 91 to 36 in favor of Masa. Masa has a huge army right now, and BioWaste has got to get something together. He does have 6 Banelings, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. He doesn't have centrifugal. Oh, centrifugal hooks is about to finish, so he will have Baneling speed.
Masa's drop is landing in the natural right now. The mine has not gone burrowed. It is trying to right now as the lings come in, and this, great pickup by all the Marines. So to minimize the amount of damage that was done by that mine to himself, and still has a couple of Marines in there.
Wow, the healing of that medevac is insane. These single Marine is lasting so long against these Zerglings, but Masa now coming into the third base, he's just going to target down that hatchery.
And this is looking incredibly strong. There was a Ling run by, but BioIce realizes that he's on the back foot, and there's the GG.
There is the GG indeed. But I mean, BioIce was just in a tough spot. I mean, I think really the downfall of him there is the fact that he just went so heavy units early in the game.
Mm-hmm. But I think that he really, was trying to push heavily in the anticipation of trying to end the game there. He really wanted to lock it down at that moment. The problem was that Masa had a very strong defense at the top of his ramp. He was able to anticipate that was what was going on, able to build the correct infrastructure and the correct units to be able to deal with the exact unit composition that BioIce was throwing at him, and was successful in doing so.
Absolutely. So that was a pretty strong game by Masa. That's going to tie it up 2-2.
Tying it up. This has been incredibly close.